Welcome to Prepper Nation. I am John. Welcome to a gear review video. We do these from time to time, folks. This is Battlbox Mission Brief 108. This is going to be the Pro Plus box. And the motto over here at Prepper Nation is we tell it to you, we don't sell it to you. I'm not a salesman. If you've been here for a while, you know this. So in case you're brand new, I have a special arrangement with the Battlbox company, okay? Instead of earning commission like most influencers do with Battlbox, I actually approached them and I said, hey, I would prefer just to keep the gear every month, which is freaking awesome, let's be honest, and get a discount code for the people here at Prepper Nation. So if you see anything that you're interested in, there's a 15% off discount code. I think that applies to your first box over at Battlbox. All of that stuff is down in the video description below. And hey, if you're not interested, I still got to keep the gear. I'm going to give you my honest opinion on the stuff. So it's a win-win. You know what I'm saying? So they do have 4 levels. They have the basic, they have the advanced, they have the pro and the pro plus. So this is going to include all 4 levels for you, and all of the important stuff like the steel strength and the blade lengths and all of this stuff can be found down in the video description below as well, along with the landing page. We have our own page over at Battlbox, you know, the Prepper Nation landing page. Anyway, let's get into Mission Brief 108. And it's always going to start out with some words of wisdom there from Curran 1776, who is Brandon, their official spokesperson. La 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 la. I'll read it later, Brandon, I promise. So the basic box, the first item in the basic box is called the REVO Canyon Folder. It's an everyday carry knife. Love to see it in. I love to see it's only the second time I've seen this in the basic box is an everyday carry knife. And again, there it is unfolded. It's got your clip there on one side, thumb grips, and again the length and strength and all of that's going to be down in the video description below, but there it is. It is actually sexier looking than I thought. It's the first time opening that up. It has the branding on one side, and there's the other side. Weight is pretty ideal for me, at least. And then you have the release button right up here. That little small button is just going to release it instead of being on the spine there. Great item for a basic box. Again, love to see it. It's not a $400 knife, but it's the basic box. So great item for somebody who is just getting started with Battlbox, maybe, that does not have an EDC knife. Fantastic. So the next thing, the Flex Tail Tiny Pump X White. That's a mouthful, right? So it's going to come in a box like this, but my lovely assistant Beasley over here, it's a stool, y'all, is actually got the box on her head at the moment. And I'm going to show you what it looks like here. I tried to charge it a little bit. It comes with a USB-C cable. Comes with a carrying bag that you're going to need because, again, this thing is tiny. It's tiny. You know, typical bag like you would get with a pair of sunglasses or something. Nothing too fancy, but at least they did include one. You've got your different attachments, your flex tail, and all this stuff. Here's the unit itself. So it looks like your charging port's going to be right there. This thing's tiny. Guess that's where it gets the name, right? You've got your little nozzle or nose, as I've heard it called there. Looks like you can hang this joker up, and I'll explain to you why in a second. But sounds official, right? So it's going to give you about 15 minutes, and this is to blow up, you know, air mattresses maybe when you're camping, pillows, things like this. But something that is also cool, because that to me is like, That's kind of gimmicky. I mean, yeah, we've all been there. We don't like to blow in the stupid things, but am I really throwing it in a rucksack when it just has that purpose? But it also has light with 3 settings on it. So it's a dual purpose item, and that's what I love about this item. And you know, you can hang it up in a tent or something like that. Really good item in the basic box. If I'm not dropping stuff here. Finally, I don't know if I like this better or the EDC knife better in the basic box, but the basic box, to be honest with you, slamming this month. I would be happy if I was just getting the basic box. This is called the Brunton Lensatic Compass. If Battlebox has ever sent out a compass, it has been a daggone long time because I've not seen one. I mean, maybe in the first 20 boxes or something, but this is not military grade. I can tell right away, but it's military spec and design. You know what I mean? It looks almost identical. I've got a surplus, military surplus, and it looks almost identical. Mine happens to be a little bit different shade. As far as using the compass, you know, the sighting and all this stuff, yeah, I know the basics of how that works. I can read a compass basically in that manner. Once you get down to using it with a map, for me at least, it is a little more complicated. So yeah, I can pull it out and I can get my bearings, but if I'm applying it to a map, it does get a little more complicated. But when you fold this thing straight out, it has a really nice straight edge where you can measure and stuff like this, and that's specifically for the map. You've got, you know, the glow in the dark features, which is you know, that's pretty common. Um, and then you hear that? I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but that clicking sound clicks with purpose. That's what you want on a good compass, not something that's, you know, kind of just jiggling all over the place. So anyway, great basic box. And from what I understand, Bruton makes excellent compasses. So eventually we'll get to try that one out. Let me get the basic box stuff back in here so I'm not losing any pieces of it, right? Like I almost did just now, son. And very impressed with that knife. I'm going to leave that out. All right, so moving on to the advanced box. Also love the item. Also love the item if I can get it out of the box here. It's called the Dark Energy Poseidon Hand. So it is a charging bank. I call them battery banks as well. It's going to come with the standard USB-C. Got a little tab here, right here, that you can pull it in and out of your pocket with, or if you got it in a bag or something like this. It says up to 8 hours. I've not tried this particular one out, but to my experience, when they say 8 hours, up to 8 hours, I usually get 5 to 6 hours out of them. Now, it may be totally different in this case, but so you've got a power button right here, and it is going to show you how much charge you have. But here's what I really like about this. It's made specifically for the iPhone, okay? And you can see right there, well, maybe you can. Hold on here. You don't have to do anything. You just attach it. It starts charging. It's magnetic. Sliding around a little bit because I have a case on my phone. But if you have a very thin case or maybe a metal case or something, mine's plastic junk from China. Just saying. I need to upgrade it actually. It snaps right on. And it just doubles the width of your phone. Charges. You can use it while it's charging. Again, for up to 8 hours. But we will see how that plays out. So that is the advanced box. Uh, Excellent item. You don't have to turn it off or anything. It'll time out on its own. The Pro Box. Very familiar with this item or a similar item. This is the GRAYL GEOPRESS. So I have 2 other GRAYL presses that I've gotten from Battlebox and Crate Club. They're both like a coyote tan though. So I've already got this one out of the package. The package is going to look like this. It's going to come with some instructions right here. This one is a little bit bigger than the ones that I have in there. Not too much, though. The filter has changed. So, get this out. It's a basic concept. If you know about Alexapure or you know about water filtration in general, Berkey's and stuff like this, it works in much the same way. It filters out 99.99% of crazy stuff. I'll put that in the video description. Way too much to to shout out right here, but has a filter on it. And this is what has changed from the last one. This filter actually screws on and off. And this is going to give you, oh man, I did know. Let me see here. I don't know that it says in the book, but I just saw it on the back here. 65 gallons is what you're going to be able to purify for each filter. And of course, GRAYL sells the filters online and stuff like this. But once you get the filter on, the concept is pretty daggone simple. You fill this up with nasty water, preferably that you've pre-strained, but I mean, it is what it is. It's got a fill line right there, so you don't want to go past that, okay? So you're going to fill that up with creek water, whatever. Prefer running water, but again, this thing supposedly does the trick, either or. I'm always looking for running water. Then your filter's on the bottom here. This takes approximately 8 seconds to level with you. I always take a little bit of extra time to make sure that the filter is working. I take about 12 to 15 seconds, but you'll see it pressing down in there slowly. And what that does is that drives the water up through the filter, right? And in roughly 8 seconds or so, on the inside, of course, you can just take the spout off here, but on the inside, you're going to have filtered water. All right, so these things are easy to use. I mean, you can't mess them up. And again, that's a pretty good life for that size filter. And now I have 3, so that's pretty freaking awesome. I just need one more, and all 4 bug out bags are good to go. So that's the GRAYL GeoPress in the Pro Box, Pro Plus Box, which is known as the Knife of the Month Club. Looks bossing in the book. All right, it looks huge. It looks like a mammoth knife. However, can't be a perfect box, right? I got to find fault in something. It does come in great packaging. I can tell already it's not going to be a cheap knife, right? It comes with instructions, all kinds of paperwork and stuff like this. It comes with a polishing cloth. It's actually wrapped in a polishing cloth, all right, which is a nice touch that you're not going to get with a more basic knife. And it comes with a tool that you can use on this knife and a lot of others to switch your hardware out, switch your clip around back and forth and stuff. But let's get to the actual Real Steel. Real Steel Sacra Pro Battlebox exclusive. So it is exclusive to Battlebox. The first thing that I notice, and this is stands out, I think it's a good feature, but the thumb studs actually glow in the dark. I don't know if you can see the little bitty circle there on both sides. They're glowing in the dark as I pull them away from the light. So opening this thing up, got the micarta scales on it. Again, the steel strength and the blade length and all that, I will put down in the video description below. Daggone thing. I mean, it's beautiful. It's got the clip right there. It does look like, yeah, you can swap it out from one side or the other. It's very sturdy. It's not going anywhere unless you hit the release. Now, I left that other knife out for a reason, because I'm more of a fan of the basic box knife this time around. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Yes, that other one is sexier. I totally get it. All right, a lot of people are going to go nuts for this real steel. It does look prettier. It's got the blue accents and things like this. It's got the glow in the dark studs, okay? But this is why. This one is a little bit bigger. This one is a lot heavier for an everyday carry knife. Now, that's personal preference. For me, this one is ½ inch too short. You see how it disappears up there in my hand? This one is just right. Okay, so the length for me, I do prefer the basic knife this time around. The weight, I mean, it's very lightweight, and some people prefer it. You know, some people love a good small lightweight knife. I don't. I want something that has a little more bite to it. So, I mean, it's a minor complaint, and you know, it's personal preference on my part, but I do prefer the basic box knife, believe it or not. So I'm not a huge fan of the Pro Plus box this time around. Normally, you're going to get a massive knife. You're going to get, let me see if I have one actually. I got this one, you know, one time, and you know, it's got the designs and stuff like this, the Damascus blade and stuff. So normally they send out just you know, chef's kiss knife. This one is a little bit lackluster, the Pro Plus knife. Still not a bad knife. A lot of people are going to prefer it over the basic one. I get it. You like smaller knives. Overall, this box is one of the better boxes I've seen with Battlbox. To be honest with you, to level with you, and I'll close out, I was worried with the economy, the way that it is. I was kind of worried about, you know, companies like Battlbox because they've got to find stuff cheap enough, stuff that's quality enough, and they have to ship this stuff out. And I was wondering, you know, is the quality going to begin to decline with this company? And it hasn't. I have to give credit where credit is due. Seems like the boxes continue to get better and better. From Mission 100 to Mission 108. I mean, this is night and day better than Mission 100 in my opinion. So let me know what you think in the comments. Again, all of the important stuff, including the links, the discount code, and everything is down below in the video description. Until next time, y'all take care and God bless.